Hey guys, Quackers Clocks here. As you can tell, I'm currently fighting a cold. I don't sound well enough. I mean, I'm well enough to do this, but there's usually a chimathon that happens this weekend, this right around this weekend, and, and so that I can help my grandparents take down their Christmas tree, and it sucks that now, well, I'm sick, and I don't want to get them sick, because so long story short, my dad got a cold, woke up with a cold, and then he gave it to me. So that's pretty much the story. So, anyways, we're gonna do wild card predictions now. I have set my picks for this weekend, and anyways, we're gonna do wild card picks, and welcome to the NFL playoffs. We've made it to the end of the regular season. Now we're in the postseason. And yes, the Kansas City Chiefs will be winning Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. So that is my pick. But, anyways, the Los Angeles Chargers take on the Houston Texans. I am going to go with the Texans. Although they haven't shown well enough that they can win games. They're 10-7. They finished the season 10-7. The Chargers finished 11-6. Excuse me. This shit sucks. I'm sorry. I'm very congested in my sinuses, and it just sucks. But I'm going with Houston. They have the home field advantage, and they will go and play Kansas City. Well, in theory, go and play Kansas City. Nope, never mind. I didn't mean to press that button. I gotta blow my nose again. Hold on. I hate being congested. But I am going with Houston. They will advance to the divisional round and possibly play Kansas City. I have no idea. Because seeds 4 through 7, one of the last seed, the lowest seed that advances goes and plays Kansas City. On Prime Video, we get the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go with the Ravens. The Steelers have lost 4 straight games. They finished the year 10-7 once again. And the last time these two teams met, the Ravens beat them. So they're probably going to do the same thing here. The Ravens are the number 3 seed, and the Steelers are the number 6. And I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. They would go and play Buffalo if they end up winning. But if Buffalo ends up losing their game, the Broncos would go and play the Chiefs, and the Ravens would go and play Houston. So it's either, it's either going to be Texans, Ravens, or Texans, Chiefs for that divisional game. So I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens, and they will go and play Buffalo if they end up winning, or Houston if Buffalo ends up losing. Next, we have the Denver Broncos taking on the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills. That's a pretty easy one. I know that the seventh seed should not exist, and and it gives mid teams a leeway into the playoffs. The first time the seventh seed was introduced to the league was 2020, and excuse me. And the 8-8 Chicago Bears ended up making the playoffs against the New Orleans Saints. So that's why the seventh seed should not exist. There should really be 6 seeds. But the Broncos are going to play the Bills in the wild card round, and this is their first playoff trip since 2015. So I think Bo Nix is going to be the future in that organization, and Sean Payton's going to be their coach. And they also blew out the Chiefs 38-0. So I'm not very happy about that. But I'm going with the Bills. They would go and play Baltimore, and the Chiefs would go play the Texans. Now we go into the NFC wildcard games. So on Fox, so the Broncos Bills will be on CBS. The same with the Chargers and the Texans, but then Prime Video will host the Steelers Ravens. But this game is on Fox. The Green Bay Packers, the 7th seed, are going to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to go with the Eagles for this matchup. They are 14-3. They won the division. And they're the only reason the Commanders are not in the wild card, or the Commanders are a wild card team. As for the Packers, they have a shot at winning this game, but for the against the Eagles, it's going to be tough. Although these two teams met in week 1 this year, but that was in Brazil, so this is in Philadelphia. But I am going with the Philadelphia Eagles. They will advance to the divisional round, and they'll host whoever they're playing in the divisional. Next, we have the Washington Commanders taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to go with the Commanders for this game. The Bucs, although they won this previous matchup, which was in week 1, I think Jaden Daniels can at least try and win a playoff game. As for the Bucs, it's just a one and done. I know that Baker is pretty good, and I know that usually the home teams usually win, but this is my upset of the week. So I think the Commanders upset the Bucs. I think the last time these two teams met in the playoffs was 2020, and the Commanders ended up. Excuse me. And the Commanders ended up hosting because they were the 4th seed in the playoffs, and the Bucs were the 5th seed. But I am going with the Buccaneers. No, not the Buccaneers. The Commanders for this matchup. This is on NBC. Excuse me. My gag reflex is awful today. But I'm going with the Commanders. They will advance to the divisional round and play the Detroit Lions. Hold on. Sorry, it's just my gag reflexes being stupid. Okay, I'm back. Last but not least, we have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think the Vikings are a one-and-done team. I know they're 14-3. I know they were close to winning the division, but they're the 5th seed, and they lost to the Detroit Lions. And as for the Rams, I think, the Rams clinched the 4th seed, I believe. But the Rams would go and play the Eagles in the divisional round. And as for the Vikings, they're one and done. I don't think Sam Darnold could win a playoff game. So, anyways, those are my picks. So in theory, the Texans would play the Chiefs. The Bills would play the Ravens. And then the Rams would go and play Philadelphia. And the Commanders would play Detroit. In my picks. So, anyways, I'm going to go get some rest. I will see you guys next week. Hopefully I feel a lot better than I do right now. So I'm going to go get some rest. See you guys next week when we cover the divisional round.